So, my dear Sagittarius, this is your reading for the month of Capricorn. Sun in Capricorn, highlighting the moon in Sagittarius. And this constellation exists only once a year, right? And so the reading today is specifically just that the sun is giving the light to the waning moon. We have a new moon in Aquarius on the weekend, and so you don't get a lot from Capricorn, but the interesting thing is that a little light is enough in all of this darkness to create a shimmer of hope. And you, the ninth house of philosophy, is exchanging here the Two of Cups, the lovers, the two people that are attached here in Capricorn, but only attached through the hormones, right, that are governing our body. And of course, the fourth dimension, the material world, which we can liberate ourselves through the third eye. Now, this is the 10th house of social status, because the goat can climb any mountain, and ruled by Saturn. We have here the big teachings through this darkness, the darkest month of the year. And you have Jupiter, the planet of lack, of excitement and joy, right? And you are here standing as that guardian angel, knowing that you must exchange constantly the dualities, otherwise we get stuck in one or we get attached to one. The yoga position for Capricorn is dancer pose. I don't like to be a devil. I like to be someone that dances up into the third eye and enjoys himself. And for you, I gave you Paschimottanasana, the forward bend. The deeper I go within, the more I recognize then, even though I get only a little bit of light, but it's enough to see my own guardian angel as the number 5 above me. And so here you are looking deep within you to find this equilibrium, to find this balance. Your court card is the Knight of Wands. Today you get a right spinning reading of 13 major arcanas with different decks on it. And on your full moon, you get a left spinning path, which is then all 22 major arcanas with different decks. So the right spinning path is the human path, and the left spinning path is the soul path. The soul path goes from deep within to the without, and the human path goes from the outside, from all the things that we experience here in this world. The soul benefits from it. The soul can learn from it as well and evolve through that. If your birthday is between November 13 and December 11th, this is your court card. If not, look in the description below. I have listed all the decks on its positions and all the court cards that I'm using. Now, going back to the last reading, Moon and Sun in Sagittarius, it was not a new moon, it was just one more time the Moon and the Sun in Sagittarius. And so the pyramidal magic and originality is asked of you to help save the earth. You had here the magician, the pyramid, and of course here this funky creature. I love him in this deck. It's really like the way he's dressed. I really think it's a cool picture. So that's the energy. Remember, your thighs are needed to be strong to hold this kind of horse that goes up. You have the 3 pyramids here. You always know what it means to be grand, to be big, to be fiery, right? Because you're the fiery aspect of fire. So that's very hot. And it's really important for you that you learn to cool down. It's really important for you that you learn to understand the energies that govern you so that they are not imprison you. And this is what Capricorn is telling us. We have to liberate ourselves no matter the circumstances, because it's difficult to control hormones, right? They just start shooting and start moving your body, and so it's very intense sometimes, right? The attachment, or like the Capricorn is the keeper of taboos, right? And you are, of course, the guardian angel that protects the people from sometimes those energies. So on the position of the Fool comes the Magician. And you can see he goes into the left spinning path, which I connect with the Earth that spins around its own axis to the left. And this wobble is a long wobble, is 25,800 years long, and creates an age when we divide it through the 12 zodiac signs. Currently, some schools say we're still in the age of Pisces, going into the age of Aquarius. Some say we're already in the age of Aquarius. And the right spinning path is the path that the Earth spins around the Sun in 365 days, right? That's how I connect these right and left spinning energies. So the Fool is going to the left and the Magician is going to the left, because usually the Magician just simply looks at us, and here he is pointed into the direction of the left, the soul, and you're sitting and have this state of consciousness and feel that you want to be magic. From the last reading, right, you had the Magician already there, and it was the pyramidal magic and originality, and now you really feel it coming up one more time, and you really want to be a magician. And so this feeling or this thought or this idea that comes from your soul is telling you, yes, you're the magician. You're sitting here and you have all the tools, and you are creating, your future. Now what's really interesting is that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And usually it would be 6, right? Because these two are the same. And so there's another one here. And the number 6 is the Lovers, is the hexagram, is the Holy Trinity, one facing down and one facing up. And he sits on this box. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little fields that are stronger in color. Then on the position of the Magician. Now what's really interesting here is that here he doesn't have the infinite 8 above his head. Here he comes the tree of life, the number 58. And the 58 creates a 13, which then becomes a 4. So the 5, the spiritual knowledge, and the 8, the number of infinity. You learning to understand that the 8 is everywhere, that there's an 8 here in this tree, that as above, so below, and as below, so above. That's why there's one arm pointing up and one arm pointing down. Everything has a meaning in these cards. And so the Magician feels the trees, feels these ancient giants behind him, and it's almost like he is supported by the tree of life on his mission as a soul to be magic. That's what you want. You want to be magic. And then, of course, the transformation of the 13, the 1 in there, the Magician, and the 3, the Empress. And then again, it becomes the Emperor, the 4. So there's a 4 behind you that supports you, that creates a stable 4 square here in this dimension. And you have all the tools here on this table. Then on the position of the High Priestess comes here the Wheel of Fortune. Jupiter, letting you know that your luck is here, letting you know that your intuition is right. Everything is shifting and changing, and everything is infinitely connected between the black and the white. And here we just have black and white. And the Wheel of Fortune is the quiz of life. And your intuition is giving you a little bit of a view into the workings of the universe, the intricacy and the beauty that this universe holds for us, right? And so you can see the number 10, that if you connect to this, if you connect to the 5, which is the Hierophant, which is the question that you ask yourself, why am I? What is all this about? And the 8 as that infinite sign, then together the 1 and the 3, the 13, the transformation that we have to go through all the time, and then become responsible for that action as the number 4 is supporting you, because you have the 4 elements on the table. And then comes the 10. Immediately, if you recognize this, then you can jump from 1 to 10. Even though here he's facing the soul path, right? But we're going this way. We're going the human path to the right, from outside to within. Because then on the position of the Empress comes the Fool. Le Fou, these are French cards. So these 2 schools were both created 1888. One in England from the Order of the Golden Dawn, and one in France from the Order of the Rose Cross. And we can see now a 0. The new beginning into, as you can see here, the right spinning path. I find that very fascinating, that Arthur Waite, who comes out of this school, is facing to the left. And here it's facing to the right. Now, who is right? No one. All is right and all is wrong. Everything is possible. And so you recognize that on the 0, immediately the 1 is coming. And then you have the 10 as that intuition that is letting you know, yes, everything is an exchange between black and white. And to recognize that understanding, you got to begin each inhale and each exhale new. Because the 3 of the Empress is that birth of that new consciousness. So the first 4 cards in this path are states of consciousness. And this state of consciousness is literally letting you know that you have understood something. You have understood from the last reading that the magic is there, and that you're ready to live that magic and bring it, as foolish as it might sound, to the world. And you can see he's pretty strange the way he's drawn. Even this cat is pulling his pants down. So sometimes these state of consciousness are literally like on a subconscious level, the crocodile that is literally looking at him, the little flower between his legs, and he's just beginning this path, and he doesn't know. He doesn't know where he's going and why he is going. Then comes you. And so you walking towards this crazy man, and you think, what's going on with this guy? And that's what happens when you get enlightened. When you get enlightened, things happen to you. A lot of these spiritual teachers spoke about they weren't able to go to work, they weren't able to do anything, they were just in this light and this happiness, and they acted like a fool. They didn't care anymore. They let everything go. And for you who studies philosophy, hopefully. You looking at that and you kind of can make sense of that, because we know deep in each of us is this crazy personality that wants to experience this higher consciousness, the zero, the nothingness, and the everything, right? Then on the position of the Wheel of Fortune comes this beautiful house with big roses in its belly. And it's the card number 36, House of Flowers. And the quiz of life is bringing you now through the Jupiter spinning, the quiz that everything is deep within you connected. And deep within you, you have these flowers, these roses, and you ready to live that. It's almost like your guts are telling you just to be in this beauty, because the 3 is then here, the fool that doesn't care. He just does whatever he feels like doing. And the 6, which is the Lovers, is understanding the self-love, which in a way the Capricorn is also a 6, because it's the card number 15, 1 and the 5. So the Wheel of Fortune is literally saying, connect with your guts, connect with the beauty of life, connect with the things that at the beginning doesn't make sense, doesn't matter. So the Fool looks at this and he's like, okay, that's great, right? Doesn't have like, okay, this preconditioned, no, what's wrong here with this picture? This is not normal. When you enlightened, when you're in the zero, when you're in the nothing, everything is good, everything is okay. Then on the position of the Hanged Man, this state of consciousness, of change, of shift, brings the Labradorite, the number 28. Now that's a 10 and connects with this 10. So a 10-10 framing the 9. 9 is the completion, and the 10 is a new beginning of the 1, of that which you have understood, right? You have understood the 1 on the position of the Fool. You have understood that magic is crazy. But you have understood that magic also makes things grow infinitely. And intuitive, you know that everything is constantly in exchange of each other. And that's why your new state of consciousness is the Fool, is that 0. And then comes here this beautiful energy, right? The House. And now this crystal, which is saying, the Labradorite, knowing your inner magic, mysterium and synchronicities, and help from unexpected sources. So, know your inner magic. Know that your inner magic has spoken to you on the position of the Fool. It's almost like your soul is literally letting you know, yes, you are magic. Yes, you are this angel. Don't deny it. Yes, you do have the sensitivity in your guts to feel that something is right or wrong. And so this crystal is bringing you in this enlightenment, in this upside down, in the position of Jupiter, right? The 4 in here. The sign of Jupiter is bringing you this crystal that is helping you to see the magic and to really trust it. Then on the position of Temperance comes the 4 of Cups. And the 4 of Cups is Moon in Cancer. And Moon in Cancer is, we had a full moon in the last month, a full moon in Cancer. Maybe there's something happened to you. You recognized something quite profound. because that's what it is, right? When we understand something, Moon in Cancer, we did not know that this mysterious energy can push us to a very humble place, because the 4 is not recognizing that you have 3 cups and God is handing you another cup. You have 2 cups in your hands, the 2 people, male and female, and now you got the extra cup, the 4th cup. To my mind, as I am at rest, come wonderful thoughts of things I shall like to create for others to show my love for them. In my mind, when I am at peace, Creator tells me of what it is I have to share. It is through my own talents and abilities, through my own use of these in time, that I create those gifts I imagined. Now I give form to the love I feel for another. Now I create my gift in a material way, expressing those intangible feelings that draw me to my people. Beautiful, right? And so the magic begins by this expression to the people, by the expression that people are ready to hear you, to feel you as an angel, as that spirit that is watching, because you get the same card again on the position of Capricorn. So here the Sun in Capricorn is literally handing you this cup, and here you are facing the soul path, and that's why you're understanding this message this way. And then you are looking at yourself and you're saying, okay, I am really lucky. I have everything I need. I have everything I need, because that's what came up in the last reading as well. And so you sit here and you are realizing that you imagine another cup and then you have it in your hands, and that's the soul giving you the fulfillment, and that the human path is in this way making you teach how to make this manifestation a reality. Here in the soul path you created it, so you have a 4-4 portal, and this 4-4 portal means 2 times 4 is you reconnecting with the 4 here. 3 times 4, so 2 times 4 is the creativity in your heart to give love, because you have plenty. It streams into this cup, into this picture. And as the infinite symbol here of this tree is letting you know, everything is constantly growing and falling back down, and growing and falling back down. So the soul path is to fall down, and the human path is to grow up, right? So the 3 times the 4 is having power in giving your heart fully to the people, like these flowers in your guts. Just give, 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 give. Don't hold back, because then comes this beautiful unicorn on the position of the Tower. And the Tower is this moment where everything must go, that doesn't work anymore. The new zeitgeist is asking for new structures, and the number 7, the crown chakra, is coming down, and only the one that wears a crown will be protected. This one wears the crown, he will be protected, this one doesn't. And so here the unicorn comes to you, and this is very beautiful because it's the 3rd eye. And remember, Capricorn is the third eye speaking to you, and in your third eye you see here this cup, but you already have this cup. Now the one you made out of 2 cups, 1 cup, right? Now this cup can give the love to all, because you don't have 2 cups anymore. You yourself are the 1 cup. And so then that's why you can see the unicorn. And it's literally saying reconnecting to higher wisdom or divinity. It is difficult to see, hear, or think of a unicorn without immediately questioning if it's real. Did they ever exist? Perhaps long, long ago? The mind answers maybe, or it could be, or no way. This very contemplation explains our relationship with divinity and encapsulates our wavering belief in the unicorn. We wonder what divinity is. We wonder where our intuition comes from and if we can really trust it. We think about a higher power and our mind hesitates between yes, no, and maybe. Is it male or female? Does it have a name? Is it just a feeling? The unicorn card appears and wakes us up to curiosity about the higher self and the divine. So you're waking up because everything is shaking around you, and you got to rely heavily now on this, heavily on this. You got to rely on your intuition that the one, the wheel of fortune, you got to rely on, yes, the magic, even though we cannot explain it, exists. Yes, the infinite exists infinitely, and foolishly we go our path and we continue and continue, and so the soul is bringing the unicorn into the left spinning. The soul knows, but you question it. Should I? Is it true? What is this? I'm not so sure. Right? And then, of course, the last 4 cards of the 22 major arcanas comes the moon. Then the desire, the longing to awaken, the longing to be the stars in the sky, the limitless possibilities, the 51 is coming to you. And the 51 is the reverse number of the 15. So it's almost like then if you go up and let go of the holding on of the material world, of the duality, of these 2 people, of these 2 cups, if you really, really see this 1 cup, that's all you need. And then you give that freely to all the people, right? Then you don't have to question it. Why should I? Why should I give that cup to all these people? Why? Because you want to give. You want to understand that love is something that we can give freely and plenty. And then you see that you are enlightening, that you become this very spiritual personality, that the longing to come out and to be up with the moon, you're up here, you shine almost like the moon. So beautiful, right? So this is Pisces, of course. And to come out of our subconscious and to release, which is the moon here, right, on your position, the love. Then when you light like this, then you can give all this love and you don't have to question it. Then you really have understood something, because everything is spinning, everything is turning. On the position of the sun comes here the wind. And everything is spinning and turning. The 24 becomes again a 6, so you have a 6-6 portal. And the 6-6 portal is 2 times 6 is the third eye. And of course this is the 6. 3 times 6. Then you understand that you can create everything. Out of thin air, out of nothing. Out of wind. You can see the power within, and you can see that you are glowing and that you are awakening. You can see that Capricorn is the one that destructs or destroys things as well. But now you are recognizing more and more the power within to use that third eye and to create whatever it is that you create, spinning on your intuition, the wheel of fortune, spinning it, continuing the path. And then here on the position of the wake-up call comes then this beautiful card, which is called Visualize. So then the wake-up call is coming and saying visualize. Visualize that you can make things happen. Visualize that you are powerful. When we develop our abilities to visualize, we can manifest maximum influence on our experience of reality. The number 54, again a 9. Here it's the 36, here's the 54. 5 and 4. 5, right, your number. 4, then 4 times the 4, right, with the tree, and with 2 times the 4 of cups. And the 9-9 portal, framing here the 6. The 6 again, a self-love that creates and creates and creates and spins and acts upon. Between the 2 9s, the completion of seeing things the way you want to see it. And even back then in the time of knowing that when we visualize, then we create a new future. And she is going infinitely small into the left and infinitely big into the right. So you're creating this, and she looks back at her because she is almost like guiding her and saying, create, manifest, see, visualize, yes, do it. It's very interesting, very, very interesting, because then on the position of the world comes the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is the number 2. The High Priestess is knowing she can intuitive create whatever it is she wants to create. She believes in unicorns. She believes that she has the power here to fill the jar. She doesn't believe that there's, you know, not something that she cannot have. And she knows that she has the magic. She gets even the information through the crystal, and she knows that this is normal, that this is not something weird. And she also knows that to be foolish and to show your craziness, because when you're enlightened, sometimes you seem to other people a little crazy. And so then the 2 closes to the 1, and we have this perfect couple, the perfect couple that is sitting here, and the 2 cups here that you are carefully pouring back and forth become 1. Then we can create magic with our intuition. We can create the love that we want to see in this world. We can create many magnificent things. And then the unicorn is here as well, and everything makes sense. Nothing is strange anymore here. We can just create and be this powerful energy. Wow. Powerful reading. I hope I see you in the next one, because then the earth spins in such a way that we see behind the sun the constellation Aquarius. And I'm always excited to do the readings in the month of Aquarius, because it's the new age that is coming upon us, right? It's the number 6 here, the stars in the sky, and we become a star in the sky. And so that's what's upon you. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me, wishing you a happy 2023, which is the number 7. Namaste.